Once upon a time in the bustling city of Delhi, India, lived a young, vibrant girl named Meera. She was an epitome of innocence, hope, and dreams. She dreamt of becoming a lawyer, fighting for justice, and making a difference in society, little knowing she would become a symbol for a significant issue plaguing India: rape. Meera's life was ordinary until one fateful night when she became a victim of a heinous crime that changed her life forever. It was a typical evening when she returned from her law classes. As she was walking down the dimly lit lane, a speeding car pulled up beside her. Before she had a chance to react, she was abducted and violated. Her dignity ripped apart, her dreams shattered, and her life changed forever. The news of the assault spread like wildfire, creating an atmosphere of fear and fury. It was a shock not only for her family, but the whole nation. Her story sparked outrage and triggered massive protests demanding justice for Meera and a safer environment for women in India. Meanwhile, Meera, the victim, turned into a survivor. She refused to be defined by the crime committed against her. She decided to fight for justice, not just for herself but for all the women who had fallen prey to such abominable crimes. As Meera's case continued, it shed light on the grim reality of rapes in India. The statistics were horrifying, revealing an alarming number of rape incidents. The reasons behind such crimes were deeply rooted in patriarchal mindsets, sexism, and a lack of strong law enforcement. Meera's plight also drew attention to the troublesome judicial process for rape victims in India. She had to face insensitive interrogations, victim blaming, and witness the apathy of the legal system. However, she endured it all with resilience and patience, never letting herself falter. Her case became a turning point in India's history. It sparked a nationwide debate on the issue of rape and sexual violence against women. People from all walks of life participated in the discourse, from politicians to celebrities, activists to common citizens. It led to the formulation of stricter laws and regulations against rape and an increased focus on women's safety. While the fight was raging outside, Meera was battling her own demons. The trauma had left her scarred both physically and mentally. She retreated into a shell, refusing to communicate with anyone. But one day, she saw a news report about another young girl who was a victim of a similar crime. The spark in her eyes was gone, replaced by a haunting emptiness. This sight stirred something in Meera. She realized that her fight was far from over. It was just the beginning. Meera sought therapy and began to rebuild herself. She found solace in sharing her experiences and hearing the stories of other survivors. The process was slow and painful, but she was determined not to give up. She started attending her law classes again, her resolve to become a lawyer stronger than ever. Meanwhile, her case had become a symbol of the fight against rape in India. The pressure from the public, media, and international organizations led the authorities to fast-track the case. The guilty were eventually convicted, giving Meera a sense of closure. But she knew that the fight was larger than her case. She graduated from law school and set up an NGO dedicated to helping rape survivors. Her organization, Phoenix Rising, aimed to provide legal aid, counseling, and rehabilitation to the survivors of sexual crimes. She worked tirelessly, reaching out to women in the remotest parts of India, educating them about their rights, and helping them find their voice against the atrocity. The impact was significant. More and more women came forward to report crimes against them. The authorities were compelled to take action. The societal mindset began to change slowly but surely. The topic of rape, once considered a taboo, was now openly discussed. The survivors were no longer shamed but were seen as fighters, much like Meera. Her journey was not easy, filled with countless obstacles and setbacks. But every time she faltered, she reminded herself of the haunting emptiness in the eyes of the young girl she saw on the news. And it fueled her to keep going, to keep fighting. Meera's story is a grim reminder of the issue of rape in India, but it is also a testament to the strength and resilience of survivors. It's a story of hope that one day, India will become a country where women can live without fear, where they are treated with the respect and dignity they deserve. In the end, Meera did become a lawyer, But more than that, she became a beacon of hope for countless women across India.
Please subscribe to my channel Lessons of Life and press the bell notification icon.